Hello, guys. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can become a band 6 nurse in the NHS, even as an immigrant. I've got a very special guest who's going to be sharing his experience from his own main experience, how he did it within few months of moving to the UK. So I'm honored to welcome I'll call him my senior colleague because he's my senior now. Uncle Uthman, and he's going to introduce himself to you. Can we meet
So
you?
my name is Uthman, and my last name is Abalu. So I'm originally from Nigeria. So I practiced nursing for some years in Nigeria before I moved to the UK. So I moved here in 2021, April to be exact. And I started in gastroenterology when I came here. So by 2022 March, that was when I became a band 6 in general medicine. Yeah, so that was just distinct. Yeah.
Wow. So you came into the UK. How many months? How long did it take you to do your OSCE and then you transitioned?
So I came in April. So we did our OSCE quite fast. We did our OSCE like May. So got pin in June.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got my pin in June, and then I started working as a band 5 in gastro.
That's true.
So and by March, I think I did the interview in February. So by March I got the band 6 offer. Yeah.
Wow. That was like how many months is that?
Uh if you are counting it from when I came into the UK, it should be like 9 or 10 months. But if you are counting it from when I got my pin, then that should be like 8 or 7 months, I think. Yeah,
8 months. God. You
yeah.
became a band 6 in 8 months. So back home, what was your background? Like were you gastro in Nigeria, or what was
You
your
know the way Nigerian works. You
Mm,
train as a general nurse. So back home, I worked in general ward,
mm.
medical and surgical. So those are my experience back home when I used to work in private hospitals. And then just before I came, so I started working in a teaching hospital in Nigeria. And
Okay.
then I was actually working in emergency pediatry. So that was my last experience in Nigeria. So I was working in a teaching hospital in an emergency pediatry before I came here. Yeah.
Okay, so you were pediatric and then you went to gastro. So when you went to gastro before you then went to pediatric, so what specialty did you then become the band 6 in? That because I'm just wondering how you got that big confidence. Because even back home, I've been a nephrology nurse. I was a renal nurse. I went to school actually. I did the nephrology nursing in
Mm.
Hospital Abuja after my general nursing. And even when I moved to this country, I didn't have the audacity to go and say I want to be a band.
So this is how it was. So I was in gastro, as soon as I got my pin, and I'm quite inquisitive, and I tried to grab things so fast. So when I was in gastro, between that month, I think around December,
Hmm.
there will be some shift that it's only band 5 that will be on shift, and I've started taking charge at those time already. And that December there was an outbreak in our pediatric unit, and because I have pediatric experience, so I went to pediatry at that time. I spent like one month or two there just to help them in pediatry. So by the time I came back, so the opening for band 6 came up in what they call a multi-specialty ward, but just call it general medicine. So the
Okay.
opening for the band 6 came up, and then my matron was telling me if I'm actually interested in that role.
Wow.
So that's one key thing to point out, that being a leader, if you are in a ward and you see some potential in some of your staff, people should try to encourage and motivate them. So she told me if I'm actually interested in that role, and I was like, why not?
Hmm.
So I applied. And when I applied, they called me for the interview. And so fortunately, there are many of us that applied for the interview. And I did the interview, let's say I did the interview around 12 p.m. By 1 p.m., they called me that I've gotten the offer. And the
Wow.
matron was even telling me that I was the best in the interview when we
Wow.
did that interview then. So one thing I learned in this country is that whether you are, if you are if you are confident to do something and you think you are competent enough to do it, there will also be some training on the job anyway to
Yeah.
guide you more. So I applied for the role like that, and all the support I needed were there for me. I can go to my previous ward if I need something from the
Mm.
matron to ask her to guide me. I have some senior nurses as well that I can ask to guide me on the job.
Yeah.
And I started then, and so far there has not been any issue. In fact, most of the comments I normally get on the ward are like, when I do my appraisal, are like, I've never had any negative comments, basically. So it's been okay since that time. So the main point for anyone is just that if you think you are confident enough and you are competent to go for the role, just apply for the role. Yeah.
Hmm. I think you're talking to me.
Yeah, just apply. Like, you don't need to hold back, because the thing is that sometimes you tend to see some people that got what you are actually looking forward to get, and you'll be thinking to yourself like, I think I'm better than this person.
Yes.
So you'll be thinking, I think I'm better than this person. So if that person can get it, then why not?
Hmm. So do you feel, because I understand how you say if you're in a role and you see that somebody who is maybe your junior or subject to you is doing good, you should encourage them. I actually feel like maybe because of where I work, I don't see that motivation, that support. I think personally I feel they'll be like, when did you come? They're trying to become, because the problem I have with the NHS is you see people who have been in the same band five for 20 good years.
Mm.
These people become perfectionists, they become perfect in these roles that I don't know, maybe just me, that I begin to feel like, oh God, how will it feel if I who have just come, let's say 2 years ago, then decide to become these people's bosses when they actually know, to be fair, know more than I do from experience, from working in the same role for that long. Um, and I just feel like I don't think I'll be able to tell these people what to do, or I don't think they'll be able to come to me, to ask questions like I will be able to go to my band six. I think that is one of the problem I personally have. Do you feel intimidated by these people who have been in, let's say, band five role for 20 years or
So
almost
uh
years?
so I think it's just a matter of confidence, really. So because here's the thing, and one of the things that helped me to actually develop my confidence is actually getting good in what I'm really doing.
Hmm.
I am really good at my job. Very good. Like, I don't know, no matter the experience that you have, and
Hmm.
you are going to now say that I'm not good at what I'm doing. So
Hmm.
if you can try to get good at what you are doing and you know everything about what you do, I mean, no one can know everything, but you know
Yeah.
it to an extent that no one can actually push you to the back, even when you are saying something. That will grow your confidence a lot.
Hmm.
And the thing about people that have developed a lot of experiences in this role is that it doesn't actually matter to your own progress, because some of them it might just be a personal decision for them to not
Hmm.
want to progress to band six. So it doesn't affect your own. So
Hmm.
somebody should not just let an imposter syndrome stop them from progressing. So whether some people have had 5 6 years experience, as long as you are competent in what you are doing
Hmm.
and you have that confidence, just apply for the role. You are going to be fine.
Hmm.
And it's a teamwork. These people that you think that they have the experience, you met them there and all. They are the one that knows the reason why they can't. None of all of us cannot be a leader. That's a fact.
That's true.
So everyone cannot be a leader. If you know that you have that leadership ability in you and you have the confidence and the competence to apply for the role,
Hmm.
why not? Apply for it. Those people are going to work with you and you'll be fine. If I'm a band six and I'm working with a band five that is well experienced, if
Hmm.
I came across things I can't understand or I don't know, there are some things that has happened in the UK before I came.
Yes.
There are some policies that they use that change after COVID that I
Hmm.
don't know.
Hmm.
So if things like that happen and there is a band five on the world that's more experienced than me, I ask their opinion. They tell me about how they do it.
Hmm.
If there is no one on the world that can help me, I go to another matron to help me. So just build your confidence. And for me, what has really worked is just getting good at what I do. If
Get
you
good.
know what you do, the respect will come
Hmm.
automatically. So yeah.
Yes. Hmm. That's very true. Okay. Wow. And will you also say your advice if you are really interested in, let's say, promotion? Because there are some, like in my trust, there are some places that we know that if you really want to get that band six role, apply to that place. Before you know, within 3, 4, 5 months, there's a tendency that you'll be able to achieve or get the, the next role. Because I have people who actually will leave ICU and go to, say, A&E
Hmm.
or AU1, AU2 admission units. And I had a nurse. She was band five, I think. She went to AU1 and she became a band seven.
Hmm.
Which I think that is also something that holds people like us back, because we're just too comfortable in our specialty that we cannot see beyond where we are. And because of that imposter syndrome you've just mentioned, you're like, oh, I don't think I can apply for the band six.
Hmm.
What if? And then you don't want to leave that your comfort zone to the other areas where you might even grow maybe quicker, you know. So now let's get to the main gist, because apart from the seniority, the experience, and career advancement, career growth, it is also very important. One
Yeah,
thing
it
I've
is.
people say, especially when they first move a band up, is the salary cut, the pay cut. I don't know how that works. Especially for the band sixes in my unit, some of them feel like it is like they get a salary cut when they first move to the next band, or I don't know how that works. Maybe because some of them don't do night, or I don't know. But how is the salary compared to a band five salary? Are you able to share
Yeah,
the salary?
sure. I'm happy to share. So it's not as straightforward as that,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no salary cuts.
Oh,
So we just need to be clear on that. Now, here's the thing: there are many things that contribute to the salaries of nurses, as we know.
yes.
Enhancement is there,
Yeah.
and our main salary is there. If you are a band five now in the NHS with the new agenda for change,
Yes.
you are earning from 29,000 or thereabout to 36, right?
Yes.
And a band six is earning from 37 to 44.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that is a band six salary. So there is no salary cuts. Let's be clear on that. So
Mhm.
now we know that's a gross taxable salary, right?
Yes.
To determine the net pay is now where the conversation is. A band five, as a band five nurse, if you are on the top of the band, say you are on the 36 range,
Yes.
36K,
Yes.
and then you move to a band six. So you are starting at 37. So there won't be any noticeable changes in your salary.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
now you may be someone that do predominantly night shift as a band five before.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are now a team leader, that opportunity might not be available for you to just be doing predominantly nights, because they
Yes.
need somebody to lead on some days as well. So your
Yes.
shift, you may not have your way. As a band five will have their way.
Mhm.
Bear in mind that we have many band fives and lesser band six on the
Yes.
ward. So the option, the flexibility is not as there as it used to be when you are a band five. So you
Mhm.
may not be able to do as much night and weekend as you used to do as a band six. Of course, maybe during your interview you negotiated with them that you want night, they might still give you. But if you don't, you may not have that option to be doing as many nights and many weekends as you do as band five, as you will be doing as band six, because of lesser managerial staff.
Hmm.
So if your night shift reduces and your weekend reduces, of course it's going to affect your net pay, because those enhancements are not there. Now that's
Yes.
a ward band six. If you move to a specialist role, you are doing a diabetic specialist, you are being a TVN, you are being palliative, frailty, or
Hmm.
any of these specialist role. Most of them don't even work weekend or do bank holidays.
Yes.
They just do like 4 shifts a week or so,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
9 to 5. If you're doing
Yes.
9 to 5 on weekdays, then you're just going to be taking home your basic pay
Basic.
without any enhancement. If you're only taking basic pay without any enhancement, definitely your band 5 salary will be more than your band 6 salary.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, here is the good thing about being a band 6. If you are at the top of your band 5, we all know that the salary will not move up than that. But if you are starting as a band 6, you start at 37. After 2 years, for me like this now, not last year, my salary got increased.
Hmm.
So after 2 years, your salary moved from 37 to 39.
Hmm.
So that is when you start seeing there is a change from my band 5 and band 6.
Hmm.
Because if the topmost band 5 is getting 18 pounds per
Hmm.
hour,
Yes.
say they are getting like 18 pounds per hour. If you are a band 6 at the beginning stage of your career, you may just be getting like 18.5 or no
Yes.
19 or so. No real change. But when you get to that intermediate, you start seeing that change a little bit, that okay, this thing is now having effect.
Hmm.
And then you will see the full effect by the time you move to the
Yes.
topmost band of your band 6, because now you are moving from 37 to 44. But that will be
Hmm.
after 5 years.
Hmm.
So if you are somebody that is comfortable to be a band 6 for that long time, then you'll be at the 44. And
Hmm.
then you will see that, oh, it's actually different from being a band 5. So
Yes.
it's not really true when people just say it's a salary cut. No, it's not. There are many things that contribute to it.
Hmm. Hmm. That's well explained. Even me now is now in fact I've just understood it for the first time today that you've explained. It actually makes sense. And the band 5 will never leave the top band 5. They will remain there
So
until they
so exactly. So that's how it works.
yes.
And the good thing is that sometimes if you are doing some bank shift in some ward, in some hospitals pay you what they will pay you as your normal rate.
Hmm.
So let's say your normal rate is what they are paying you for your overtime as well. So if you
Hmm.
do bank, definitely what you'll be earning will be more than what the band 5 will be earning.
Hmm.
If both of you do the same.
Are you able to share, let's say, your maybe your highest salary monthly when you're band 5? And I don't know if you're happy to share what is
Uh
band 6, noting and understanding that you're in England and the pay rate in England differs from, say, we in Scotland, because for some
yeah.
reasons I don't want to say in public, we Scotland we earn higher.
So we know. So but anyway, uh I mean I've left band 5 for a long time now.
Okay.
So I've left band 5 for a long time. But if I'll say my highest salary as a band 5, I used to do a lot of nights then.
Yeah.
So my highest salary as band 5 should be. I'm sure that one thing I'm sure of is that since I came into the UK, my salary has never been less than 2.4. That's one thing I'm sure of.
As a band 5,
So that's one thing I'm sure of. So as a band 5, my highest should be around that 2.6, 2.7 ish.
because you do night shifts. Because
Yeah,
me, I
so I
can't
do, I
relate
do, and
though.
I started here at the top of the band when I came.
Really?
Yeah, because my hospital pays you based on your experience back from your country.
My hospital did not do that. I think I need
Yeah,
to speak to
so I started at the top of the band as I
HR.
came. So, but when I came as well, the salary was quite low. The salary was like 24,000 for
They
starts.
have few increment,
For
yeah.
starts, and for me now, I've been so lucky since I came to the UK. So I'll tell you the story. So when I came, band 5 salaries from like 24 to 30K, right?
Hmm.
Then I started from the top of the band.
Wow.
And I think within my first year, there was an increment, general
Yes,
increment to
yes,
nurses salary.
there was.
So that happened. And then I became a band 6 immediately. My salary was increased as well. And then this new increment as well, it joined me. And now my salary as a band 5, as a band 6, because
Was
I've
well
been two
more.
years, I've been more than 2 years, I've increased as well. So I've experienced like 4 increments in my salary
You've been lucky.
since
You've
I
been
came.
very lucky.
So so as a band 5, I would say, like, let's just say ballpark, let's say like 2.6.
Okay.
And obviously I would do bank. So I used to do a lot of bank before.
Okay.
So before, but my wife is a nurse as well. So when she started working, I don't do much bank as I do.
Yeah.
So let's say ballpark, let's just say 2.6. Highest
Okay.
as band 5.
Okay.
And for band 6. So, and the thing with my band 6 salary is that I've not really enjoyed my new increment, because I'm currently doing my dual degree in mental health.
Hmm.
So yeah, so I'm currently doing the dual degree. So I'm only working like once a week in my hospital. The
Hmm.
rest is for study. So I'm not having that kind of enhancement as much. So
Okay.
my salary is not what I would say will not be a reflection of my true salary if I'm really
Pay
working.
you for the study days.
Yeah, they pay me, but it will just be my basic pay. And the
Okay.
study is sponsored by the trust as well.
Wow. I
So
need to come to your trust, though.
so I'll say, let's say band as a band six. And that is me paying pension, though.
Yeah.
So that is me paying pension. So as a band six net, I'll say my salary as a band six has never been less than 2.6. So I'll say highest. If I do a lot of night, do everything like that, it should be like 2.8, 2.9.
That's good.
It should be something like that. Yeah, I mean, I shared my last salary on TikTok,
I saw it.
and that was with my study.
I
I'm
saw
doing
it.
study, so the enhancement in that salary was just like 2 nights,
Hmm.
and I think there is one weekend or so. So there is no much enhancement there as it should be, and that was like 2.7.
Hmm.
So
So it's
and
not
I
worth it.
mean, if
Hmm.
you try to do like one or two bank shifts.
Hmm.
And for me, I just do bank shift in a weekend. I don't do bank shift in weekdays. So all I have to do is do like two bank shift, and I will be netting like 3.2, 3.3 or thereabout. So it's always been like that.
That's good. That's really encouraging because what people just say is, it's not what is Jared. There's salary cuts and this thing. If that's what all my banks always say, it's
I
salary
mean,
cuts and then
it's not
hours and
that
then
bad. If you are a specialist, if you are a specialist that don't get enhancement, it might look like a cut.
oh, this one's get enhancements because they do nights. I see you. We do
Yeah, so
nights.
those that do nights, they can't say it's a cut. They can't say it's a cut. They can't say or maybe they are just at the beginning of the band six.
Yes, maybe
So
yes.
and they are not doing as much night as they normally do before. So, but
Mhm.
once they progress and move to the intermediate or the highest, it will really reflect. So it's not really a cut. Many things contribute to it.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Wow, that is, I've actually learned a lot. That's why videos like this are so important because
yeah,
then it helps us to debunk some things, and there's no pressure because you know our people for they say stop pressurizing us, stop pressure. No, it is not pressurizing you. It is only this information is actually for only those who are interested in career advancements, who wants to know how somebody can do it. Somebody has done it in less than 7 to 9 months of being in the UK, so it is in your court to know. And I think we forgot to mention your platforms because I know you have a YouTube channel. So can you tell
yeah.
us
I
your
have a
YouTube
YouTube.
your
TikTok just
platform?
seems to be the most popular.
Yeah, can you tell us your platforms and the name so we can search you? I'm going to leave the link to his pages. Like if you want detail, he also does finances. Am I lying? Because I watch your
That's what
content.
I talk about most. I hardly talk about nursing, but
I know.
recently I started talking about nursing. I
Yes.
posted something about actually whether a band six role is actually worth it, and that has
Yeah.
really gone viral on Instagram and TikTok, like over 62K views, and on
Wow.
Instagram, on TikTok as well, like 20K views. So I tried to justify between some things you need to consider whether it's actually for you or not. I mean,
Hmm.
if you are actually looking for money,
Hmm.
it may not be the sole reason why you should apply for a band six.
Hmm.
Because as a band five, you might be earning more than a band six, depending on what type of band six and the
Hmm.
level of enhancement that you are getting as a band five. If
Hmm.
you are doing predominantly night and weekend as a band five, you may end you are likely going to end at a band six that
Hmm.
just do just basic hours without
Yes.
enhancement. So, and if you are looking for career improvement and career progression,
Hmm.
go. If you don't go for a band six, you can't get a band seven. And if you don't get a band seven, you can't become a band eight.
Hmm.
So if you are keen on leadership and career progression to make changes that impact everyone, go for it.
Hmm.
Because it's only when you become a band six that you are aware of certain things that are happening on your ward,
Hmm.
like staff management, about budgeting, your roster. You don't know most of these things as a band five.
That's true.
All you do is just come to work, do your job, and go home. But if you are somebody that really wants to be involved in decision making, then you need to go for a leadership position. But if you are not keen, you just want to go home and not think about work, just stay with your band 5. So that's just it. And if you are working on the ward as well, the ward is crazy. You may be a band 6 leading the ward and at the same time having your own patient. If you don't want that kind of stress and that kind of responsibility, just stay with your band 5.
Hmm.
So those are the things that people need to consider. It's not about I just want to be a band 6 and you just apply. Have you factored in how it's going to be for your finances, how it's going to
Hmm.
be for the options and flexibility you have? You
Hmm.
are more flexible as a band 5 because
Hmm.
there are more. If you want to you want to swap a roster.
Yes.
Personally, if I want to swap a shift now, it has to be with another 6.
Yes,
And
exactly.
on my ward, it's just 5 of us.
It's 4 in my unit, and we are 80 nurses in ICU.
So,
80, 80.
but if you are a band 5, easily you can get someone to swap shift with.
Yes.
So which might not happen. So you need to factor that in. Do you have
Hmm.
a child care that you'll be
Hmm.
needing some extra time
Hmm.
for?
Hmm.
So people need to consider most of these things before they now say there was a time that here in this UK, maybe like last year or 2 years ago, everyone was just applying for band 6 roles and everyone wants to live bedside, going for all this and that.
Hmm.
And most of people are not really doing it for a good reason. They are
Hmm.
just doing it because other people are doing it. It's
Hmm.
not supposed to be. Just do it because you want it and you desire it and you are going to enjoy it. But if
Hmm.
you do it for other reasons, you are not going to enjoy it. That's just the simple thing.
You've actually talked about what advice you have for us at the end and your platforms again. If you just list them for us and
Uh,
kind of.
so
Mhm.
on TikTok, it's Uthman, Nurseinvestor.
Okay.
Same with Instagram, Uthman Nurseinvestor. And I
Mhm.
believe YouTube is just Nurseinvestor.
Must
So,
invest. Okay.
but bear in mind, please, especially on TikTok, if you are talking about finances, there are a lot of cloned accounts
Oh,
on TikTok. So people should be careful. I
okay.
personally don't send any DM to anyone on TikTok, and I don't ask people for any money to do anything for them.
Hmm.
So if anyone send a DM to you, that is not me. So that's likely a clone account. So don't fall for any of them. Yeah, but yeah, do follow me there. There are a lot of things I talk about finances, about everything. Yeah.
You do finances, how to make money, and as a nurse, side hustle, that one that you need. So please, you want to follow Mr. Uthman, Nurse Uthman, Nurse Investor. Please follow his pages, subscribe, tell him you're from Gloria, okay, so that you too will know that we have people. And if you have many questions, he'll be the best person to answer your questions. That's why you want to follow him to his page. Drop your questions and let's know if you want him back to come and tell us, is it worth it? And I know he has so many things to impact in us, especially when it comes to money. Money, money. So thank you so much, sir, for coming
Yeah.
to our page, to our channel. We really appreciate your time. Any final word?
So final words. If you desire career progression and you want leadership role to make good impact
Hmm.
on the general hospital and even the black community, because we need many nurse leaders in the black community, please do apply for higher roles, whether band 6, 7, or 8. We need many people up there.
Hmm.
But if you still don't desire to go for it, don't feel pressured. Your peace of mind matters a lot. So whatever gives you peace, if it's to be a band 5 that gives you peace and you are enjoying it, please just stay with your band 5. Don't be
Hmm.
pressured by anyone to go for what you don't like before because you see other people doing it. So
Hmm.
go for what you desire. So I think that's just my final word. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That is very important. Go for what you think is best for you.
Yeah.
Don't say it's Gloria that pressurized you or not Uthman that pressurized you. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you so much, everyone that have watched up until this end. Please subscribe, follow, click on the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. I still remain your humble baby girl, Gloria. I'll see you later. Bye. Bye, sir.
Bye.